Hey guys, it's Noe. This probably won't be too long, although I say that and it might be long. But anyway, hope you guys are all doing fantastic. We have been working hard on things for our channel and things for Patreon. So we have a video coming to talk about Patreon, but as we are working to set it up, we were curious on if you have thoughts on what we should set our patron like pledge levels at. So we don't want to make it too exorbitant, but we really don't. I've never really dealt with Patreon much, so this is all new territory. And so we want to make sure that it's accessible to our subscribers and our fans and that kind of thing. But also want to make sure that like we get support. Hey, Chili Beans Pootie Butts. Ooh, so fun fact for you. We were doing a video earlier and Zeta overheard in the background, and we were doing our take care, bye guys, and oh, thank you. And when we said take care, bye guys, you heard Zeta, a little voice in the background, bye booty butts. So that's all for you. So you are a household name now. Thank you. These glasses are nice. I like them. But having an Asian nose bridge, they're not the best because they don't have, you can see, they don't have adjustable nose pieces. So they kind of sit like, if I get too hot, then they start to steam up on my cheeks, and I don't really like that. But I thought I'd throw them on for this video. So, anyway, yeah, so just help us, give us some feedback on what you think is a reasonable pledge amount. So this is really the amount. I mean, obviously people can pay as much as they want, but what should the baseline level be? And that would give you access to all of the videos that we do and put on Patreon. So because we will have other videos that we do that won't be available on YouTube, but will only be available if you're a patron. So we are not sure. And so we thought we'd put it out there because this is really feedback from you all that you want us to have this. And so I thought I'd bring it to the people. But you can probably tell my voice is a little froggy-ish. Let's see, when did I last do a live stream? Last time I did a live stream, I think it was last week maybe. And I think that was right before I started to get really sick. Like I was sick for about a week, and now I have like a cough that I've been like a smoker for years. Although I've never smoked, but it's all like in my chest. And on top of that, my allergies have been really bad. So my eyes are really itchy and red. So it's been not fun. You do not know a lot about that platform. Yeah, see, I'm in the same boat with you. I didn't know much about it either, but other people were saying, I think in one of our other live streams, people were asking about how they can support us. And so, people mentioned Patreon, and that's a good way. So we are on there, but we're still in the beginning stages of setting it up. So not sure. So, also somebody else had asked about, when does it start to feel like fall here? And I would say it's feeling like fall now. The sun sets around 7 o'clock now. So we don't have our beautiful 16-hour, daylight days, and it's getting cold. It gets to like in the, I'd say mid to low 50s at night. No frost yet, but we'll see. So anyway, really that's all I wanted to get on tonight about. So we would pay for each video viewed or a membership fee to access all vids. My wife and I are artists, also a Blasian couple. We are going to use Patreon to keep our personal animation projects going. Oh, that's cool. So some people, it really depends. Some people set up their Patreons that you pledge a certain amount a month, or you pledge a certain amount like a one-time fee. But then they also charge you like $1 a video to access it. So even though you may be a patron, you still have to pay to view the videos. We're not going to set it up that way. We're going to have it set up that like basically you become a patron. So it'd be like a monthly fee. And within that, am I shaking?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So bear with me, guys. I'm going to tripod this. So I got to move it out of my phone. And then I'll...
So I figured that would be easier too. And then you have your hands free.
Hang on.
Mama,
Okay. Oh, I was successful in it last time in not hitting the power button. Okay.
Pretty flawless.
Okay, power, volume, we're all good. We're gonna set this here. What, baby? Hang on. Oh.
Oops.
Here, I'll...
Yeah.
No, you can't have nursey milk right now.
I got
Sorry,
this.
guys.
You just moved back. I got it.
I'm all caught up in the... No. What are you doing? No. Go back and watch Moana. You were watching Moana. Okay, so yes, she still nurses. Honey.
Do you want me to fix it so that if she were to... Yeah, you have to move closer.
Okay. Okay, yeah, they can't see anything. Okay. That'll make for a happier baby. Okay, so I was talking about Patreon. So again, this is from my understandings, and I think Travis is chiming in. I haven't gotten to all your comments yet. But you pay a certain amount, a monthly fee or what have you, and that gives you access. Now, some people set it up as that you pay in tiers. And so if you pledge this amount, you have access to this. If you pledge this amount, you have access to this and that. And if you pledge this amount, you have access to all of it. So we're not necessarily going to do it that way. So that's the approach we are going to go with as well, just the standard monthly sub. Maybe with tiers for access to different things. For example, higher patrons get early access to view certain content that would later be public for everyone else. Okay, that's good feedback. Can we, do you mind if you tell us, like, what are your, what's your monthly sub rate? What are you setting your monthly sub rate at? That's the thing that we're not sure about. We don't want to set it to like too high of an amount that people are like, y'all aren't that special. But we also want to make sure that like we get the support that we are looking for to be able to enhance our channel. So really, and see, you can tell like my glasses are fogging up. So I might just take them off because I'm close enough I can see. We want to start small, so starting at $1 for now. So we can always start with one thing, and then we can build from there. So some of the other stuff we have in the works too is we're working on figuring out how we do merchandise. So we don't necessarily want to do merchandise through our Patreon. We might set that up in like a have like a mini store, something like that. I don't know how long it's going to be. I'm working on a couple of designs for like if we were to do t-shirts or whatever. I'm working on a couple logo designs, so I might, that might be something that I offer up to our patrons and do a live stream of you get to vote of what our logo should be for our merch. I don't know. All these different things are kind of brewing and we are toying with those ideas. What? W?
Merch.
Oh, merch. Oh, a W for Wilson? What do you know? What do you know about merch? How does my 7-year-old know what merch is? How do you know what merch is?
Because Miranda.
Oh.
And it's like a backpack or shirt, and you have prints.
Oh my goodness. My 7-year-old's schooling me. Okay, and so you're gonna do tiering. Okay. I see. So now, and this is not to take away from our YouTube channel. So we will still do our YouTube channel. That's still going to be the normal thing. But the Patreon is kind of an added plus. So for the people that really want to support us and really love us and want to see us get better, then that's what the Patreon is for. Also, we're working on setting up a PO box to where folks can send us stuff. So if you want us to try something, a snack or a food, or you want the girls to open something, what are you doing? No, they don't need to see our box tops. Then you'll be able to send us stuff and we can always do a video based on that too. So lots of different ways we're trying to open up to be more accessible and everything to our subscribers. What? Okay, my live stream, like many of them, is being hijacked. What are you doing? You're not going to eat that, so don't do that. So yeah. So any other feedback, any other questions? She wanted nursey milk and now she's pretty much asleep. Your kids are awesome. Thank you so much. They are, they're hams for sure. Want me to post the Patreon link, Noe? Sure. You're, oh, thank you. Do you guys have kids, Travis? This could turn into a monthly bill. Well, and that's the thing, like Chili Beans, we're not wanting to, because I think we know like our subscribers are just like us, and like we're not trying to, oh, you're expecting your first. Awesome. Congratulations. We're not trying to make it, this is not going to be like this is not a way for us to like make an income really. It's just added support for us to upgrade our equipment and enhance and improve our content and all of that. So we want to definitely make it accessible. But oh, what I was talking about, yeah, so right there is our link to our Patreon. What was I gonna say? I lost my thought. Maybe I'll come back. Oh, so there are some things that like we can't necessarily do videos on, we can't do videos on topics that we necessarily would like to do videos on because they would get flagged and we would not get monetization. So we wouldn't get ad support, ad revenue. And so being able to do those videos on Patreon, we're able to share our thoughts and you're able to hear those thoughts and stuff in a way that we're able to still garner support from those. So let's see, that's a good approach. Patreon works best as a supplement. Yeah. We both work full-time in animation industry while doing personal work in our off time. Oh, that's awesome. So you do like, what are you doing? Like cartoon animation, like anime, or like commercial stuff. That sounds really cool. And when are you expecting the baby? That's exciting. Do you know, boy or girl? The first one. It's always so exciting. They're exciting whatever number they are, but you know. Okay. So this is a rare sighting, guys. So I'm gonna, hang on. You don't always get to see this. Look. Oh. Sweet little slumbers. Sweet little baby girl. And now she's out. And what time is it? Sorry, I took my glasses off so I can't see. Oh, it's 8:43. She may stay asleep now. This may be a win. You've worked for FX, Cartoon Network, Netflix, and we are due in May, so no clue what we were having. Oh, awesome. Oh, so it's like the size of a, I don't know, a grape or something at this point now. They are the cutest when they're sleeping. She's sweet when she's awake, but everything just soften. Oh, a blueberry. So I was close. Well, congratulations. It's definitely an exciting thing. And how cool you've gotten to do work for all of those companies. Animation is pretty cool. I'm always curious on how they take a picture but can make it a moving picture. I don't know. I always look at like the kids' cartoons and stuff, and I'm like, how the heck does that become a thing? Even simple like Max and Ruby, or simple animations like that. It's like the things aren't even moving. They're not like three-dimensional. But then other things. So it's a ton of drawing over and over again, because it's a lot of like, you have to like lay it over each other, right? That's what I've seen from like behind the scenes of Disney stuff. But I was gonna try to put her down, but I guess she's okay right here. So did I miss something? Cool. Did you have anything else, Hershey?
Papa.
I don't know where he is. You can come get her, I guess. Do you want to say anything?
Hi.
That's
You
it?
guys are like hitting the thingy.
Oh, I am?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, I really don't have anything to add to it. I was in there actually doing some more work and whatnot. So.
Do you have ideas now in how to move forward with the Patreon?
No, nobody really said anything as far as the amounts. But it's already in there, so I'm gonna push forward with that. I think that's the best. I'm gonna take her.
Yeah.
She probably woke up. All right, come on, sweet.
Oh. Okay, yeah, my eyes are super itchy. They said hi to you, Zara, and they said, hi, you gorgeous person. You're so sweet. That was your favorite, chili beans and pootie butts. So, also this is something, again, I don't know if, I don't know if I want to, can we talk about the certain educational situation going on? Or do you think this will get flagged?
It would probably.
So if I speak around it in a roundabout way?
Oh, also on our Patreon, we can also do live streams on there as well. So a lot of times, just like we do live streams on here, we just pop up and do them. On Patreon, we'll also do live streams, and we're able to talk about, obviously, different things on there versus here.
Yeah. It's funny. It's like playing a game of, what's that? Not Taboo. Maybe it is Taboo. Or Catchphrase. I don't know. There's a certain game where it's like you have to say everything but that word. And I feel like sometimes doing videos and talking about certain topics, like we'll say every word but that word. But so the kids are not, their school year has not started yet. Yeah, charades. It hasn't started yet because there is a Zoe. That's the word I was trying to avoid. So there is a situation going on between the educators organization and the governing body, the public governing body. And so they have not been able to come to an agreement. And so our school year has not started yet. Again, so maybe this is a video that I would do on Patreon, because then I can say what I want. And I also did want to, hey, Hershey, do you think if I talked about my idea of how education should be done?
Hold on, I'm on a 7-second delay. So.
Oh.
What were you saying?
Do you think if I talked about my now this is a totally unrelated video, so I'd probably have to do a separate video, maybe do a different live stream, but do you think if I talked about that on YouTube, like my ideas?
You have a lot of ideas.
I do. No, my thoughts on like education.
Yeah.
What's up, guys? Just started watching your videos in regards to maybe starting a chapter in Tacoma next year. I live in CDA, Idaho at the moment.
Coeur d'Alene, Idaho.
Okay. I didn't realize it was I didn't realize it was an A. I thought it was an E. Okay. But no, could I do a video, or is that a video I should do on Patreon? I guess anything of my like political thoughts, I feel like will just be on Patreon.
Yeah.
He got it. I got the Idaho part, and at the moment. So you're maybe starting a chapter in starting a new chapter, trying to move to Tacoma. Awesome. Well, welcome. Do it. There's nothing to do it. There's nothing to it but to do it. Yeah, so I certainly have my own thoughts. I think on our Patreon, you'll be able to see a lot more of those. And that's kind of what I'm excited about. But yeah, I think for right now, we're at a good, comfortable level. Oh, and I was talking about merch. So we're working on ideas for that. Again, our last live stream that we did, I think it was our last one, we got a lot of really good feedback and a lot of good ideas. So thank you for that. And also hopefully like you see that our channel has grown because of people like you. And not to be like PBS, but this show is in sponsorship of viewers like you. That's what it feels like. Yeah. So, Travis, where do you guys live? Do you live in the Pacific Northwest? Or my guess is you would have to be closer to California, or maybe animation, you're able to do it wherever. I don't know. Oh, you live in oh, cool. Atlanta. That's one place, like I went there as a kid, and I think Hershey's been there as like a younger adult, but we've never been there. There are 3 main hubs: New York, Atlanta, and Cali. Okay. Not sure exactly, to be honest, how I wanted to try something new in the Seattle area. Drive trucks right now and have been through all of the Pacific Northwest and remembered the place existed, so I started exploring options. Oh, awesome. You know, I always thought it would be cool to be able to retire, like when I retire and get a CDL. I don't know that I would get the CDL. It might be Hershey that I encourage him to get the CDL, and I'll be his right-hand woman. But I think that would be a cool way to be able to like travel and see the country and stuff. 'Cause we've also talked about like getting an RV later on in life. Well, we'd like to have an RV now, but like later on in life, get an RV and like have that. So that's cool that you get to drive and get to see different areas and like figure out where you want to go. The animation. So I was talking about Atlanta. Sorry, my thoughts are, I'm like Hammy the squirrel from Over the Hedge. Let's see. Atlanta. That is one place that we would love to see. And there's several other subscribers that we had that live in the Atlanta area. And so I think like if we went there, we'd be able to meet up with folks and have some personal guides. But we haven't been there as adults. We definitely haven't been there together. But I think it would be a cool place to go and see and visit. And seems like there's a lot of activities and stuff for the kids too. So it'd be cool to check it out. It's an awesome thing to do. You'll make a lot of money together just traveling. Like, I think it would be really cool. Again, it'd have to be like once the girls are off and in school and everything, but I think it'd be cool to be able to be a truck driver. It's pretty nice here. Cost of living is good and plenty to do for kids. I would imagine different parts of Atlanta have different costs, different costs of living. I know, what is it? The Buckhead area is kind of the pricier area, or so I've heard. But I was wondering, because it's in the South, is it more comparable to Southern standards, or is it kind of an anomaly in terms of cost of living? Definitely, yeah. Well, and it's funny too, because and Hershey can chime in, but doesn't Bowling Green have like a little like mini Buckhead area? I think they have like an area called Buckhead Square. Within the perimeter is the most pricey. Gotcha. Yeah. I don't know that I could handle the South. I like the heat. I just don't know that I could handle the heat. When we were back in Bowling Green, it was just sweltering. And I was like, I think I talked about this in an other video, but I lived in Indiana in the Midwest for 29 years before I moved out. And it was so bad. Oh, the heat and the bugs. Yeah, but it's like, those are the bugs that like at least I'm probably used to. Like, I don't think you have like really, really strange and exotic bugs, do you? When we moved to New Mexico, man, there were the centipedes that we had to get used to. Whoo, man. Things like this long, and they would come in at night, and there's a story. Herschel got me all riled up over these centipedes, telling me that they're poisonous and all this and all that. And Zoe she would not sleep in like a bed or a crib. She would only sleep on the floor. So she was probably like a year and a half or so. And I went in to check on her one night, and I stepped on something, and it was dark. I didn't turn the lights on. I stepped on something, and I thought I had stepped on like a rubber band, because it was cold. It was like cool to the bottom of my foot, and it was like long like that. I'm getting chills as I talk about it. And when I turned on the light and lifted up the pillow and looked at it, it was a centipede, like this long. Okay, maybe it wasn't that big, but it was a centipede nonetheless. And I screamed bloody murder. Like, Herschel probably thought somebody broke in and was trying to attack me, but oh, it was so gross. And just the thought of like, oh my God, this thing's gonna like attack my baby. And it was, we also had these things called Children of the Earth. I think that's what they're called, but they looked like a cross between like a bee and an ant and something else. Yeah, so lots of spiders, flying roaches, tons of crickets, grasshoppers, millipedes, mosquitoes, and centipedes. Oh yeah, see, those are the things that I am used to in growing up in Indiana. Crickets and grasshoppers, especially in the summer. Also the cicadas. Those are the crazy things. Now that, to me, is cicadas is like the quintessential sound of summer, and the quintessential sound of summer heat. It's like, I know if I hear a cicada, I'm like, oh dang, it's hot.
Well, this video won't be monetized. You know why?
Why?
You said BLOLDY and you are the ER.
Really?
Yeah.
Nuh-uh.
I promise you. I bet you when you get done it won't.
You think so?
Yeah.
Dang. Well, he's saying this video won't be blood. Yeah.
Huh? Looks like I'm pulled everywhere. What?
I said because I started to say bloody.
Yeah.
But you can't. What if I say like bloody nose? Or
Well, that's fine, but the MUR to ER.
Really?
Red
Red rum?
Huh?
Red rum. Didn't you ever see The Shining? Red rum.
I can't.
Red rum. Red rum is backwards. It's an anagram.
Oh.
There's rope in the bedroom.
I know you need to get it.
Okay. So yeah, but anyway, to me, cicadas is the quintessential sound of it's hot outside. O&L fam, hey, how's it going? We haven't seen you guys in a stream in a while, so hope you guys are doing great. I was at the Walmart in the Lakewood Walmart not too long ago, and I was like, hey, I wonder if I'll run into them here. AQ7L, there are a number of us in Atlanta, surprisingly. O&L, yeah. Yeah, I can imagine that there's a lot in Atlanta too. Oh yeah, we have those here too. And the crazy thing with cicadas is they have like a 17-year cycle that so basically, well, this is a little science biology lesson for y'all guys. But they will burrow into the grounds and lay their eggs, and their eggs won't hatch for 17 years. So every 17 years, it's like a plague. It's almost like, the biblical stuff. But they're just everywhere. And then you see they attach themselves to trees, and then their little I don't know, is their exoskeleton or I don't know, whatever. They leave a shell of their body behind, and then they go off and fly away. It's really bizarre. It's a strange and kind of cool and pretty gross phenomenon that happens. That's all about cicadas. I need something to drink. Hey, is my chai in there? Hey, Zoe, Zara, can you bring me my chai? It's in the mug. Excuse me. So yeah. But we'll see. Thank you.
Anything else, dear?
No. Thank you. You're the best. Look at my mug. I love this.
It has 3 pandas.
Yep, and it has 3 little pandas.
A clear panda, a white panda, and a black one.
I got this at. I think I got this at a Korean a homeware store in Lakewood.
Papa got it for you.
Yeah, and I think I got it at Shin Shin.
What's Shin?
It's a Korean store.
I want to put them on. Why not?
They'll hurt your eyes.
They don't have to wear real glasses.
Yeah. Oh, and also, hang on, if I can find, there's an even cuter piece to it. Ouch. Okay, I found it. So there's a little lid. And it goes on like this. So it keeps and if you try to lift up on it, it makes a little suction. So it keeps your hot stuff hot. But yeah, anyway, fun little gimmicks I like. So cheers, this is my chai tea. So I would say not much else is going on. I'm still getting over the cold. Herschel got sick with the cold. The kids this time escaped it, although I'm waiting until they're back in school and to see what kinds of fun viruses that they bring home to us all. But other than that, like I said, this was starting out to be a short video. Oh, more questions. Okay, keep them coming. I don't think it's raining at the moment, but it was. Ooh, so we actually got our first thunderstorm in a long time. And again, growing up in the Midwest, I love a good thunderstorm. Sometimes they're a little bit scary, but just the roar of thunder. I never have short videos, I know. And that's okay. So yes, so we got, what was I gonna say? Yes, so we had a thunderstorm, and the kids were actually across, over at the neighbors, and I was like, you know what? I bet they're freaking out about the thunderstorm. But it was like some good rumbly, like you feel it in your belly kind of thunder. So that was nice. But it has been raining off and on. We're not quite to the complete like gray and drizzle just yet. Let's see. Just catching up now. Hey, welcome back. The minimum amount is a bit pressing right now. Not sure if feasible, but we'll contemplate. Okay. So, and that's the thing, like, we want to make sure that it's, do you want to say hi? Because Zara said hi. Please don't, because you're going to break it or you're going to spill it. Now go back and watch your show. Thank you. So we want to make sure that it's accessible to everybody. So we can certainly play around with that. My thoughts on Hurricane Florence. I haven't been following it too closely. I do have a friend that lives in one of the Carolinas, I think South Carolina. Where does Stella live? South Carolina? She lives in South Carolina, so she's been making posts. Apparently, like, all the stores are out of water and stuff, so she had a post of, like, her keeping her bottled water, you know, like, made her, you know, has her own supply of water and stuff. But I don't know. I just saw something briefly earlier today that it could be a really, really severe storm. So hopefully everybody does adhere to evacuation warnings and all that, because I know a lot of people like want to hunker down, but you know, it's like they give you warnings for a reason. So hopefully everybody stays safe. Hopefully people are prepared, and because, you know, the hurricanes, the storms that hit Puerto Rico, unfortunately, I think there may still be people without power now. So hopefully that is not going to be the case. I don't know that I've ever really talked about this, but back when Hurricane Katrina hit, I actually did several trips. When I was working for another university, I did several relief trips down to the Gulf Coast. So I worked in around the area of like Bay St. Louis, Mississippi, and a little bit around New Orleans. So I ended up going, I think, on 5 or 6 different relief trips down to the Gulf Coast, doing work and helping clean up and helping rebuild. And that was a very, very rewarding experience to be able to be a part of that. But also some of the most saddening moments, and kind of just coming to terms that I had, like seeing people's stuff, like what we called mucking houses, seeing people's stuff mucked out of houses, and there's furniture and clothes and kitchen stuff, but then there's family albums and they're ruined, and it's like this is somebody's whole life that is now reduced to a pile of rubble that the Army Corps of Engineers is going to come along and sweep up. So there are things that I saw, there are smells that I experienced that I will never forget. So the aftermath of a storm is definitely nothing to joke about, because I know on Twitter the storm images of Hurricane Florence and how they're portraying how it's going to make landfall and stuff. There's a lot of like tongue-in-cheek remarks about that, but being in a storm is definitely nothing to joke about. And so hopefully everybody stays safe and does what they need to do to take care of themselves. Let's see. Yeah, there's always something happening on the coast. They also found tons of bottled water that was never used in Puerto Rico. Well, I would believe that. If it helps at all, I've seen the $2 to $3 general mark be more accessible and still contributive in a substantive way, but it varies, of course. Dangerous and the death toll is over 2,000. Oh, dang. Hey Misty, how's it going? Good to see you again. Sitting on a runway that was never handed out. Wow. I experienced Katrina. It was so real. I still remember the before and after. Thanks. Oh, dang. Did you live down there? People become consumed with complacency until it happens to them and is humbling, but too late to have been useful when they had more ability to help others. I would agree. That's something that when I was in my 20s, like before I had kids and all of that, you're from Louisiana. Oh, okay. Very cool. Very cool. So we, when I was down there after the hurricanes, we went to, I was in the Slidell area. We went up to, and then most of the work was in Mississippi. So we did go up to Biloxi just to see some of the damage and everything. But a lot of the work we did was in Bay St. Louis and the small surrounding communities around there. But I did get to go to New Orleans. We did get to kind of tour around and check things out. The eeriest thing for me was just seeing all these neighborhoods and what looked like perfectly fine houses 6 months after and just completely abandoned, like nobody on the streets. And you see the water lines and you see the different marks of water, of where water sat, made a mark, and then the water would recede. And so that was probably some of the craziest images that I still have. Way too humid over there. I relocated to Florida, then Philly, now trying to come to the Pacific Northwest. Oh, you're wanting to experience it all. That's awesome. Very cool. As always, I need to plug in. Is the battery pack available? I'm at 15%.
I heard you say, is the battery pack?
Yes. Seriously, Hershey is the best. Because I'm just sitting here doing my thing. You can join me if you want.
I know I'm busy doing that. I'm like, working.
Oh, you're working. Okay. Cool. Oh, timber. Sorry, I'm trying to plug in. Okay. We are now connected to battery power. Relocated to Florida. Yeah. That's the one thing, the humidity, I don't miss. And the times when it is humid here, it's like nothing compared to the South and everything. But yeah, humidity is, whew. Still have the images with the X on houses. Oh my goodness, yes, yes. That was something to take in, and seeing like the descriptors if they did find somebody in the house. There was the X with the circle. Yeah, I remember that too. And it's crazy to think that was 2005. So that was like 13 years ago. Man. Oh, so I was, sorry, I remembered a thought. Going back to Riv Mutsu, yeah, 13 years ago. Going back to Riv Mutsu's comment, that definitely, like in my 20s, I had the availability and the ability to go and do those trips. And some of them we raised money, other times we used our own funds. But that was really something super impactful for me to be able to go and do. Also, when I lived in Indianapolis, I did a lot of work with some local organizations and helping to build homes and rehab communities. Also did some work with like Habitat for Humanity. And that's not something I've been able to do in like really since then, in the past 10 years or so. Just life got busy. Life got more challenging and more complicated, but it is something that's really important to me, of being able to give back. And as the girls get older, I want them to be able to experience what it means to do service. So I am looking for opportunities to be able to get them involved. I also, when we lived in New Mexico, I worked at a shelter. So it was a behavioral health center, but it also functioned as a day shelter. So I got to see and experience a lot. We dealt with mental illness, with substance addictions, and homelessness. And so I got to see that firsthand, and work with that. And that was also very humbling. At times very frustrating. But being able to do service with the girls, I think, is important as they get older too. And because I think it helps to ground you and helps to put you in a place of understanding where your privilege is, and what you can help do for others. So I am starting to get the coughs. I don't know how much longer I'll be able to hold on, but anyway, this video has just gone all over the place, as all of my live stream videos do. My friend returned from partnering with Blizzard in PAX a couple of weeks ago, and whilst in the 80s and humid here, it never rose above 69, I am told. All the more exciting to be relocated there. What is PAX? That is fantastic, and I appreciate those works on their behalf. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure what Blizzard is or where. What is PAX? I don't know. Maybe you'll explain. Oh, it's a gaming convention in Seattle. Okay, cool. And whilst in the 80s and humid here, it never rose. Yeah, I mean, it's been pretty consistent. Never above 69. Well, I mean, the last week it got into the 70s. The last week there was still some 70 degrees. This week I don't think. It's been mostly in the 60s. And it's weird because like the temperature range like this time of year is maybe a 10-degree difference between day and night. So it's pretty temperate, pretty mild, pretty moderate. You don't have the stark contrasts. And wouldn't you say, Hershey, that it's kind of like that all year round? I would love a place that feels like fall all year. But, Travis, be warned that it does get hot here. Like, people will tell you that, oh, the Pacific Northwest, it doesn't get hot. And then you have a week of 90-degree temperatures with no air conditioning, okay? Mm-hmm. 90 degrees wouldn't be that bad, but when you don't have air conditioning, oh, it's terrible.
What were you saying about the temperature? You were asking me about it?
Oh, Misty removed a comment. I'd love a place that feels like fall. I don't know. I don't remember what.
Somebody was saying the 60s. Probably from here on out. I mean, there might be an off day where it's like above 6, like in the 70s. But at this time of year, it's going to be probably high 60s. And then it gets lower and lower, but it never gets like freezing here. It just doesn't happen.
So Misty, I think you pulled your comment back, but I thought I saw that you're a licensed mental health counselor, which is awesome. I don't know how much I've talked about this, but I got my MSW. So I am an MSW. I'm just not licensed or practicing, obviously. That's awesome. Yes, it is awesome. It is pretty nice. I mean, there are times by the time February rolls around, I'm pretty much done with gray. But LPC is such a rewarding field. Yeah. Would you guys consider doing a fitness channel? I laugh not at your question, but I laugh at we need to. But I don't know how effective we would be. It's been in my mind. So I have never been somebody that likes to exercise or that exercises regularly. Do I need to? Most definitely. But do I? No. I definitely know I'm getting older, and as I age, things only get harder to stay healthy and stay fit. I definitely would not say that I'm fit by any means of the term. I mean, I am in shape, just not the shape that I'd like to be in. And so that's kind of my joke that, like, well, everybody's in shape, just might not be the shape that you want to be in. But I have been thinking more and more about trying to take up running again. I really wish I liked running. I just don't. But little known fact, I completed a half marathon back in 2007 or 2008. I had never ever done a race before. I'd never done a 5K. I had organized a 5K for an internship when I was in my undergrad, but I had never actually competed or completed as a participant done a 5K. But I decided that a half marathon would be a great first race to do, right? Why not? I was going through a lot of like change and transition and stuff at my life in that time, and so I was like, sure, why not? So I trained a little bit, but not really. And I did a half marathon, and I completed it in just under 4 hours, I think. It was like 3 something. And that was one of the biggest accomplishments, like personally, physically, up to that point. Now my biggest physical accomplishments would be bringing these kids into life. But completing that was a pretty huge personal feat for me. So I've been toying with the idea. I don't, at this point in my life, I have no desire to ever do a full marathon. I just don't know why I'd want to put my body through that. I could potentially see myself maybe doing another half marathon. I don't know. But I definitely want to get more fit and into shape. I just need the motivation to do it. In general, I think public service grows over time and reward. Definitely. I agree with you on that. I would be great. Well, thank you. Having the support is part of the battle, so that would be nice. Running is hard on the joints. I agree. Nice. If it helps, running to podcasts and YouTube debates tends to help, though swimming gives more of a body workout. Yes, I was thinking, because we had started trying to do jumping jacks every day as a family, and in doing that, I think I injured myself, because the joint between my heel, right around your Achilles tendon, all that area is been sore, and it hurts. Hurts. So I think I injured myself doing jumping jacks. And so again, I'm not real keen on running, because I'm I don't want to hurt, but I also know that's a good full body workout. But swimming would be great. It's just finding a place and then having to pay a fee and all of that. So I don't know. I am, if we're going on the stages of change model here, Misty, you're going to feel me on this. I would say I'm in the contemplation stage. So there's pre-contemplation, there's contemplation. I know that there's a problem, and I know that there's something I need to do about it. I just am not ready to act yet. So maybe I'll think about doing some videos on that. I don't know. I'm working on my physical. Self-care is everything. Want to move to Washington for hiking, outdoors activity, and I would love to do a marathon. We will help each other. Yes. Hey, I mean, maybe we can do like a YouTube support group. And I don't know, like, I don't think I would, if I do take up running, I don't know that I would actually, like, run with the camera, because I feel like that defeats, but definitely could do live streams, after the fact, maybe an hour after, so I can catch my breath. But, that's another thing. Like, I enjoy the outdoors and hiking and stuff. We just haven't gone on many hikes. So maybe I can use the kids and get them out with me, and maybe we can go on hikes and stuff. But I definitely, the wanting to do fitness and get in better shape and healthier is definitely there as a desire. I'm just not in the action phase yet. But I'd love to know what you guys do. One, how you find your motivation, how you stick to it, and just what are you doing? And how do you work it into what I am assuming you all have very busy schedules as well. So any feedback on that is nice and appreciated too. So, one of the things I haven't done yet that I think would be fun is to go kayaking. You got fitness watches that remind you to get up and move. Oh, yeah. See, that's the other thing. Like, I sit at a desk most of the day. So it would be nice. You guys should lift weights. You know, I have a couple, like, I have some dumbbells, but they're like 5 pound and 10 pound. So they're not going to really do much. I mean, that's more for repetition. Let's see. Wife actually got a little obsessed with it, making sure we meet daily step goals. Otherwise, we were at a desk for 8 hours. Yeah. Sitting is so bad for all of us. I know. I feel like, okay, you know what? Maybe I'll, because I can stand up now. I don't have the baby. Okay, I'm going to do the rest of this video. I don't know how long it's going to be. Standing. We should do all of our live streams standing. Actually, I do, well, I don't know. I wouldn't say that. But see, okay, after I've been sitting for almost an hour and I stand up, like, oh my goodness, it feels good, but it's like you're sore and stuff. But so I don't know. Don't know. You got to start small. I mean, I know I can't, like, there's some things like you go big or go home, but I think that you can definitely set yourself up for failure if you try to do too much physical activity and you're not ready for it, because you can actually hurt yourself, but you can also burn out a lot faster too. So yeah, I'm stretching out my foot part. But anyway, jumping into crazy stuff like P90X, etc. burned me out. Yeah. The other thing that I really enjoy is I like going to the gym classes. Like, I used to love being a member at the Y because I would go to classes. I didn't necessarily use like the cardio equipment and stuff. Ellipticals make my feet go numb. I don't know if that happens to anybody else, but my feet go numb and I don't like that sensation. I'm not a big fan of a treadmill. If I'm going to run, I'd rather run outside and like actually be meeting a destination rather than running on a treadmill. So exercise equipment doesn't really do it for me, but I really enjoy classes because I like the camaraderie. I like that there's somebody there telling me what to do, how to do it, and that there's like kind of positive peer pressure from the others in the group. So, but again, like joining a gym is just, it's costly, it's expensive. And like I had joined, what was it? Planet Fitness. And I went for a little bit. but I didn't stick with it. So then it was like I'm paying this monthly fee just for nothing. And so I finally got out of that contract. So again, it's just finding the motivation and having the dedication to stick to it. I kind of like the idea of having step counts. There was a few years ago, well, more than a few years, between my pregnancy with Zoe and Zara. My pregnancy with Zoe was not a very healthy pregnancy. Emotionally, actually, when I got pregnant with her, I was not in the best place. And so physically, I wasn't in the best place. But, you know, it happened, it worked. But I knew, I mean, and I had some complications with that pregnancy and stuff. But I ended up losing weight after my pregnancy and kept it off. And I lost about 15 pounds, I think, in between the pregnancies. But it made a huge difference from my pregnancy with Zoe to my pregnancy with Zara, after losing just like 15 pounds. But the way we did it is we counted calories. And I became like a huge stickler. So Travis, you were talking about your wife became a little obsessed with like step counts. I became obsessed, and I'd like tell Herschel and be like, you know, that one snack is going to cost you 250 calories, right? Like, you better log that. And so it became like a competition. And I think when we have been successful, it's when there are competitions between us, because we can help hold each other accountable. But we both have to like really be in that mindset and mind frame. But at first he started doing it, and I was like, there's no way, I'm not going to count calories. And then he started to lose weight, and I'm like, oh no, I got to get in on this. So then I started doing, and I was logging every single thing. And then like logging your calories is a good way, because then you like, the guilt kicks in, and you're like, oh dang, like I ate all that stuff in one day. Or then you really start to remember, like, oh, I know a hard-boiled egg is roughly around 70 calories, or this medium banana is going to cost me this, or I can eat 2 pieces of pizza, but I know I'm going to be in the red, you know? So like just being able to balance that out helped. Let's see. I recently introduced some self-care strategies with a client, and she has started gardening. She reports so relaxing and enjoys connecting with the earth. I actually like working out with a group for motivation. You guys have potential and don't waste it. So let me, before I get too far. So I love gardening. I don't see that is super rigorous. I guess it could be. Although now that the garden is starting to die out, there's a lot of work that I need to get. Oh, it is rigorous because you're like digging and stuff. Yeah. I was thinking like planting. But so there are some things that I need to get out and do. And I just, again, need to get off my duff, stop binge watching on Netflix and get out there. So gardening, that's an idea. Thank you. Yes, we do. We all have potential, and we just have to harness it and do it. Gyms count on more people signing on without using facilities nearly as often when people signed on motivated. Guilty as charged with Planet Fitness. Also let it drop after a year. What seems the most pertinent is mentality, regardless if in a gym or otherwise. Yes, I agree. Counting calories, you do that too. Yes. You realize that whole bag of M&Ms is worth a whole meal. Oh, I know. That is like the worst. And that's like, you're like, oh man, I really want this, but is it worth like me being in the red? Yep, Travis. And then I thought, wow, how much do I have to work out just to burn off the M&Ms? Yes, that's true too. So really it's just, again, like I told somebody else about moving here, there's nothing to it but to do it. So you guys are giving me a little bit of pep talk here. So maybe I'll re-download my FitnessPal app and start logging my stuff. And we'll see. We'll go from there. But yes, physical fitness is definitely guilty. I'd eat a pizza, then go to the gym to burn it off. Lifestyle change, definitely. Yes, agreed. Noe is motivated. Good job, folks. Okay, but it's not just about Noe that's needing to get healthy and get in shape. This is about HershNoeie. So don't forget the Hersh part of that. Hershey. Okay, so I think we can do this. I'm trying to think like what I know that I can do. So yes, it will set a great example for the kids, because the one thing that they ask for every day is candy. Candy, 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 candy. And it's like, no, 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 no. Because for the most part, they have a pretty good palate. They eat fruits, they eat vegetables, but they also love their sugar. One thing I don't know that I can do this, but is to do the sugar elimination and just cut out all sugar. I don't know that I can do that. And again, sometimes those drastic things are a setup for failure, because you do it and you might do it really well for 2 weeks, but then you crash miserably and you just go right back to your old ways, and then kind of doubly so. So, yes, I'm thinking. And so you can see, maybe you can see the smoke coming off from the wheels turning, putting in motion. Yeah. I also like the challenges. So back in February, we had no, not we. Back in February, I did a squat challenge. And so I did, like little Instagram, or not Instagram, on Pinterest, I had found a squat challenge. And so I did a squat challenge. And by the end of after 30 days, I was doing like 350 squats at one time. And that was pretty awesome. I didn't get, a J-Lo booty by any means, but there definitely was a difference. But then I stopped. Like, I was like, okay, cool, 30 days is up, and so I haven't done anything since then. So it's just a matter of doing that. Let's see. So much sugar in everything, difficult to escape. Other countries have less of a problem there. Yes, agreed. Stop eating fast food for 90 days. Yep, back up. We did that. We first cut out the fast food, and then we counted calories, and the weight melted off. Yes. Cutting out fast food not only cuts calories, makes you healthier, but also helps you save money. So again, with that, it's just easier. So with the eating out, we've tried that. And I think we could do that. It just takes more work on us in doing meal prep and making sure that we have good food to fall back on and food readily available. One of the things too, in addition to fast food, is working on trying to cut down on processed foods. Things that come in a box. Anything that comes in a box or a bag is typically not going to be the most healthy. There's a lot of preservatives, there's a lot more added sugar, added sodium, all those different things. So being able to make sure that we just eat a more clean diet. Having the fruits and vegetables from the garden has been awesome. Like we have our little tomato baskets. I just picked these today. I don't know why. A lot of my tomatoes split. But these are great. So I have those on the counter. And the kids can just eat them as they want. Mediterranean diet allows for plenty of vegetables and fish. You're in transition. Lots of like olives too. I like olives and vegetables. Another food group that can really creep up on you is dairy. Yes, I would agree. I do love cheese though. And dairy is in a lot of stuff. So I don't know if you're talking about just like cheese, milk, yogurt, that kind of dairy, or like dairy, Tomatoes split usually because there's too much water. Huh. So because there's been too much rain, because like a good majority of my tomatoes out on the vine now all have splits in them. So, but that would make sense. Cheese, milk, and yogurt with a high fat. Yes. So I think, so Hersh, because I know you're listening and you're watching, I think we're going to be downloading MyFitnessPal again. And we're going to start getting into calorie counting mode again. So we have, I had tried last year, although I didn't try very hard, but my goal last year when I turned 35 was I wanted to lose 35 when I was 35. So I wanted to lose 35 pounds to represent me being 35. So, and I felt like that was a good thing, but I also didn't really, like I had it in my mind, like I want to lose 35, but I never really did much to try to do it. So, again, I think it's just setting goals that make sense and that are reasonable. And so I need to think on that and work on that. But I think reducing eating out will help in a lot of ways. So, yeah. All right. Yeah, y'all got me in a contemplative mood now. Goals definitely need to be measurable. Yes. Goals need to be smart. They need to be specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-bound. That's a SMART goal, right? Specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-bound. So need to make some SMART goals, y'all. But we can do it. We can do it. You gonna make some goals with Mama?
Yeah, let me go to the bathroom first.
Well, we're not gonna make them right now. I'm just asking in general. All right, forget the age 35, 95. So what? If you guys vlog your fitness journey, it would help keep you accountable. Yes, you got it. Yes, Terry, bathroom goals. I can appreciate that backup. I definitely appreciate that. I think sometimes, I don't know, and I think it's part of the world we live in and the social media and everything. And I don't necessarily buy into she has the perfect life and her waistline is this and her chest is this. And I don't necessarily buy into that, but it's more, and I don't know that I necessarily need to see certain numbers, but I want to see just a better physical state. Like I want to be able to walk up a hill and not be out of breath. I think the other thing too is like maybe I can park farther away instead of looking for the closest spot. Like parking far away. One, your car is less likely to get hit and dinged. But also you're forcing yourself to walk. Not taking elevators, although I don't really take elevators all that often, but taking stairs instead of elevators.
Elevators make her dizzy.
That's true too. Elevators do make me dizzy.
Cause it wiggles. And it makes Mama dizzy.
You're so cute.
Thank you.
Okay. You didn't know who it was? Kids say the cutest things. So yeah, so maybe I will work on writing down some of these goals and then do a video. Part of me wants to do like measurements and weight, although maybe this is a good thing. We don't have a working scale anymore. The girls broke it, so we don't have a scale, so we can't weigh ourselves anymore. But that might not be a bad thing, because sometimes you end up being so obsessed with the numbers aren't changing, or I have to get to this number. So maybe it's more a state of mind and a state of physical physical wellness and not so much focusing on numbers, because I think it's easy to get caught up in stuff. You both can do it. They knew what they were doing. Wiggly elevators. It is about the way you feel. I agree. I definitely agree. So, okay. I'm going to do this. But I want to make sure that I like write things down and say like, these are the things that I'm going to commit to and working on. And then I also believe in like setting goals. Like, okay, if I accomplish this, then what's a reward going to do? What's a reward going to be? Also, I am not necessarily a believer in like, okay, if I work out for this, then I'm going to reward myself with food, because then you just kind of get back into that cycle. So it's all about the way you feel. Indeed, the 1,000-mile journey might be maddening if tracking every mile after a fashion. It's getting late here, going to head off to bed. Good luck with you guys. It was nice chatting. Yes, thank you so much for joining us, Travis, and hope to see you again in a live chat or in our comments. And yeah, it's like almost 1 o'clock for you. So good night, sweet dreams, and keep on creating those animations.
Bye.
Say good night.
Good night. Bye. Bye.
Okay, we're not necessarily signing off yet. We're just saying good night to them. It's late there. And it's bedtime for you guys. Bedtime. Bedtime. This is what we do every night. It's bedtime. It's bedtime.
Is this going in the camera? Is this going in the camera?
I know. Okay. Well, you can go in the other room and be good, or you can go to bed.
Okay. We'll be good.
Okay. Go on. Okay. Oh, I gotta say, folks, I think I'm getting tired and my voice is getting tired. But this has been a fantastic stream with you all. I was not expecting that I would come out with working on setting fitness goals, but hey, things happen in my live streams and I dig it. I'm about it. So, you know what? Maybe, okay, because part of the thing is, and I don't know, I'm going to see, you might not be able to see any, but I have been starting to get some grays somewhere over in here. And maybe I will reward myself if getting through some goals and getting through some milestones that I set, that I will be able to pamper myself and dye my hair. And not like a home dye job, but like going and getting my hair done. Because with the money that we save from not eating out, I can put towards hair. And everybody would benefit from me having nice hair, right? The whole family. Right? Have a good one. All right, back up. Thank you so much for your thoughts and feedback too, and your encouragement. That's been very appreciated. And Misty, you have a great night too. So I'm going to be doing some thinking. I'm going to be doing some working, and I don't know if it'll be in a live stream, or if it'll be in a video. Maybe it'll be a live stream because that's easier and there's less editing. But I'll be working on my goals. So hope you guys had a great night. I had a great time with you all, as always. It's late for many of you. It's getting late here, so I know it's got to be late for others. And hope you all have a fantastic night, and I'll see you guys in another live stream or a future video. So thank you again so much for your support. If you have any other comments, any other motivation that you want to throw down, throw it in the comments. And yes, don't forget to visit our Patreon and check that out. So I'll see you guys later. Bye guys. Good night.